Welcome to APT. Here we are on our last day of our tour, and we're standing on the Dome of the Rock area. And right above us, you can see it. It is covered in 14 karat gold. This is the third most holiest place for Islam, with Mecca being the first one, Medina the second one, both in Saudi Arabia, and this one here in Jerusalem. Now in the year 70 AD, when the Romans destroyed this entire area, destroyed this temple area, where the second temple used to be, King Herod, remember that he enlarged it and he built it in a very magnificent way. The Romans destroyed it. This area became desolate. When the Byzantines came in, what did they do? They abandoned the area. They wanted to separate Christianity from Judaism, so they did not claim this area. And the Muslims adopted this area, and that is why they built the Dome of the Rock. And also there is a mosque right next to it, is an active mosque where they go to pray. So we will continue with our tour here in Jerusalem this morning, our last tour. So thank you for joining us again. Shalom. Welcome back, APT students. Here we are at the site of the Pool of Silom. And according to John's Gospel, chapter 16, this is one of the 7 signs in the book of John. This is John and I. This is the story of the man whom the disciples saw that had been born blind, and they asked Jesus if this man or his parents had sinned, because it was considered a curse to be born blind. Of course, Jesus answered that neither sinned, that this happened in his life so that the glory of God could be displayed. What Jesus does is he takes mud and he spat on it and put it on his eyes and commanded him to go to this pool, to the Pool of Silom, to come and wash his face. When the man did so, according to the scriptures, he was healed miraculously. So what happens in this story after that? This man is taken to before the Pharisees, because of course people had seen him that he was blind all his life, and now this man could see. So they wondered how this happened, and they thought it was a false healing. The Pharisees questioned him over and over again. This man gets frustrated, but he's firm. He says, you know what? All I know that I was once blind, but now I see. His parents were even called in. His parents did not want to acknowledge the healing of Jesus Christ, because that would excommunicate them from the synagogue. What does this man do? He continues to stand firm on whom had given him his healing. What happens is that, according to the story we read there in John 16, he finally comes into an encounter, a one-on-one encounter with Jesus Christ later on at the temple. And if you read the story, at that moment, Jesus reveals to him who he is, and he's able to bow down and acknowledge Jesus Christ as his Lord. Hello students, and welcome back to APT. And as we get ready to conclude our trip here of the Holy Land, I am standing at a museum, Vad Vashim, here in Jerusalem, near Jerusalem. And this museum is a memorial. It's a memorial to the 6 million Jews who died during the Holocaust. 500,000 being children, and they also have a children's museum inside. Now, to really be able to extract the goal of this museum, you have to go inside, and once you come out and you see what you have seen in there, which is a lot of personal artifacts and documents and pictures. What they want, the goal of this museum here in Jerusalem, is that when you visit it, you will understand that there are universal values. And for example, anti-bullying would be something that we can relate to. And if you see someone getting hurt, you see someone being bullied, that you do not remain silent, because silence kills. And that is the main theme of this museum, and that is the main lesson that you are supposed to extract from this visit. So from here we go on to our last visit. We're almost done with our visit of the Holy Land. Shalom. Standing in front of the Museum of the Book of the Shrine. And the Book of the Shrine is very, very important museum because it contains the Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, as you remember, the Dead Sea Scrolls were found by a little boy, a little Bedouin boy, following his goat. And he made this great discovery. They even have some artifacts in there of the Dead Sea Scrolls, for example, the jars. But the most fascinating thing is the Book of Isaiah. The Book of Isaiah is kept in this museum, and it's it's the 66 chapters in its entirety, because remember, the Dead Sea Scrolls had parchments of all of the books of the Old Testament except the book of Esther. Now these writings were found in Aramaic and Hebrew. Aramaic being the common day language of the time of Jesus, and Hebrew being the holy language. So imagine that, a museum. It has the Dead Sea Scrolls in it. You can go in, you can take a look at them, and these scrolls, when they analyzed the writings, comparing it to our present day Bible, they were exactly the same. Before the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Hebrew people, they used to have something dating back to 1,000 years ago. But these scrolls date back to 2,000 years ago, and it's the same language and the same writings. You have learned here in the Holy Land. It's very important to get ready to be able to understand everything that you have to do in the future with gathering more knowledge about the Bible. And I hope to join you again very, very soon. So, shalom from the Holy Land, and I hope that one day you too can come and visit this beautiful, beautiful place with so much history and so much religious content and cultural content. I loved it. Shalom from my heart to yours. See you later. Hello students, and welcome back to your APT channel. We don't have much to go. This is the last stop of our tour here in Israel, and we are at the Israeli Museum, also called the Book of the Shrine. And what is behind me? This is a model of what Jerusalem looked like in 66 AD, right before the destruction of the temple by Caesar Titus in the year 70 by the Romans. So this, a professor decided to build a model depicting that time period here in Israel. As you can tell, it's very detailed and very, very well done. We're going to be going inside the museum soon, and we're also going to be looking at the book of Isaiah. They have it enclosed in a very special case under the ground here in this museum.